What I'm going to do is take my wooden cutting board and a wet paper towel, and I'm going to place the wet paper towel down on my counter so that my cutting board is not going to slide. Works great. So what we're going to do is cut our Tenderflake into small chunks. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is all homemade paper because then it doesn't get all mushy on my butcher block. Turn it sideways. Makes it easy. I have a larger knife here, but you can use any knife that you like. And all I'm going to do is cut it into slices, and then I'll cut it into chunks. Slice it again, put it all on its side, turn it, and just cut it into chunks. That's about the size. We'll do that with the whole 1 pound of Tenderflake lard. If you have a sharp knife, it makes it so much easier to glide through. All my little Tenderflake chunks are cut up. Now that everything is cut up, doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to set that aside and get our bowl and just place this all into our bowl. And that's why I like to use the wax, because it actually makes it easier to move quite a bit. What we're going to do is set that aside. And this recipe calls for 5.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So I have my measuring cups, 1.5 cups, metal. I like to use metal. You use what you want. And then I have a pastry cutter. I love this thing. Of all-purpose flour, 1 egg. I have a large egg. The recipe calls for 1 pound of Tenderflake lard, 5.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, a tablespoon of white vinegar, distilled vinegar, a teaspoon of salt, and water. So what we do is we crack the egg into a bowl, pour that into our measuring cup, just like that. You fill up your measuring cup, which is 1 cup, with the rest of the water and the tablespoon of vinegar, and that's going to be our liquid. Now that I have my egg and my water mixture, I'm just going to give that a quick whisk. Break up the egg. And then I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Just 1 tablespoon is enough. And that goes into our liquid. Stir that up. Now we're ready for our 5.5 cups of flour. 5.5 cups of all-purpose flour to our Tenderflake lard. I like to scoop and use a knife to blend off the top. There's 1. What I do is I have my 5 in the bowl, measure out my half, and put that aside to make sure that I don't over flour this recipe. Set that one aside. Salt that I like to use, so I'm just going to measure of sea salt, and that's good. So that's basically what we're into our mixture. Pastry cutter, and that's what I'm going to be using to just push in and turn, push and turn the bowl. My bowl has a rubber bottom on it, so it makes it easier to turn, which is starting to form. Once you feel like your arm's starting to fall off, you know you're getting close. When you're doing everything by hand here, There's about 5 cutting blades on this, so it gets quite a bit done at one time. And you just incorporate your flour with your lard. Breathe. Keep going. Turn it about. Mix from the bottom up, and keep going. Like I said, when your arm starts to feel like it's going to come off, you're getting closer. Flour that we might have missed with the cutter in liquid, which we're going to pour half in to start. Approximately half. I'm going to mix that all up. And this is why I only put 5 cups instead of 5.5 in the beginning, just in case we had added too much liquid. I can always add the flour. Great. So we just need a little bit. That was probably a tablespoon. It's turning into a large ball of dough. My bowl's pretty much clean, which you can tell. That's when you can tell you've done a good job. So I'm going to set that aside and put this on my counter. This at a local grocery store, and it's just basically for doing, I don't know, Parmesan cheese or whatever you'd like to do, but it has little holes at the top if you can see that. And I love it for putting flour in here, just so that you're just dusting your countertop. With a clean hand, just a little bit. You don't need a lot. The next tool I like to use is a scraper. This is amazing. So this, I don't know what brand it is, it doesn't matter, but it's plastic and it works great, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Crust. Out of our bowl, there really wasn't anything left in there. See, that's pretty good. That's what you want to see. That's when you know you have it all incorporated. And begins. So as you can tell, just going to put a little bit more flour over top, just to make sure that doesn't stick too much to the counter. So now what we're going to do is just knead it as if you were making bread. That all of those lard parts are incorporated, and I just roll it along. And that's where the scraper comes in, because you can scrape it and push, scrape it and push. So I'm going to cut this into bits. Doesn't matter how big, whatever your comfort zone is. Just easier for me to incorporate it. And just make it into a little ball. Roll it in your hands. Use my counter. Pull it with my hands. And make sure all those lard parts are now incorporated. Roll it around. And as soon as it becomes smooth, you know that it is all incorporated. And I flatten it down. And then what I'll do is I'll put it into some saran wrap. And then you have to leave it in the fridge for at least, I'd say, an hour to an hour and a half, so it hardens before you're going to use it. So now that we have our dough all nicely shaped and ready to be put in the fridge, what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of plastic wrap, saran wrap, whatever we all call it, Glad wrap. And just wrap it up nicely, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'm going to give it about an hour and a half to harden. And just roll it up like that, and that's all you're going to do. I'm going to continue with the rest of them. I hope you enjoyed my video. Watch for the next video. I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with my new pie crust. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.